site meeting, special meeting to order at 3:05. We are walking into the club. I'll just turn around and give you a quick view. That's the driveway coming in. So far, well, I was thinking that we would have people come in and have somebody man the shed down at the bottom, and they can direct traffic and just let people pull into the big parking lot, and then they can pull up to the smaller parking lot to the entrance. When one car leaves, the other car goes in. So that's not set in stone, it's just my ideas right now. And we're just gonna walk along the road here and look at different possible station sites. Some things will require electricity. I think one thing we'll need is a lot of lighting to just have the path lit, although we will have the almost full moon, so that will help. Traffic. So here is one of the club getaway stations. So we could use anywhere along this path. On this side, we have some more activities that could be used for areas. This fence line is good. There's a fire pit there. This is a great staging area. We could even hang some things off of this screen and stuff, off of this wall. Hang some dead bodies. That blow up body could go there. We have a short climbing wall here. Nice little picnic table area to use. Bear with me, Eric's mowing the lawn. See Eric mowing the lawn, he's working hard. This is another good station. It has a nice opening. I could put lights around the wheels, trees for hanging stuff on.
Your screen just went off. The video just went off.
Oh, shoot. All right, bear with me. I got low battery. I have my backup charger, but my cord always falls out, so I hope this works. All right. Try this again. I'll try to hold the cord in there. Oh, cool rock. That'll be fun. Yeah. Hi. Oh, Connie Manis just joined the meeting. Hey, Connie.
Hey guys. Good, how are you? Good. Sorry that I'm late. I got stuff on the phone. We're live?
Yes. Oh, that's okay. So, like storage units, be good for staging stuff. And it's a small parking lot here. These cars will sure be gone. The other side of the road. Feel free if anybody has questions or wants to say anything, ideas to throw out at us.
Hi, this is Will. I just want to confirm again, cars are driving through, correct? People aren't getting out of their cars, are they?
Correct. It's a drive-through.
Okay,
so this
perfect.
all through here is just one lane. If you see up farther, I don't know if you can see that Club Getaway sign, and it's a loop up there. So they can just drive right around the loop and back out.
Okay. So they'll be driving back out on the same path, so this becomes a two-way?
No, we're just going to do one car at a time.
Okay.
So yes, I mean, they'll be using the same driveway, but only one car in here at a time, probably. He's already up
No
here.
exit on the other side.
How are you?
Hi.
Good, how are you?
Good. Good to see you.
I get to see everybody in person. I'm Diane.
Okay, we have Diane's up here and Michael's up here waiting for us. We got Connie and Kate, and this is Dave. And Dave owns Club Getaway. Say thank you, Dave.
Right here. So I figure we'll meet out on the patio outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Gorgeous day.
So yeah, any of these, like I said, there's a nice driveway. That's a good opening. All this stuff. Such a paradise back here.
How's everything going? Yeah.
For a nice weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow.
So we're going to the right of the driveway, the right of the loop, but there's cottages over here that can have stations as well. We have this whole little green island, and we could set up some stations here depending on what we get. Not all stations have to be manned. We have some, you know, standalone things or things that they said don't need to be manned. I like to have lots of zombies and goblins running around, helping direct people, helping make sure people move along so they're not, you know, parked in one place looking at a particular thing for too long, so we can keep on time. And we kind of have to figure out how long it'll take to get through it so we can set up the invite with the proper time. Whether we need, you know, 15 minutes for everybody for one car to drive through, or 10 minutes, or not really sure how to figure that out since we don't know how many stations we'll have.
Leslie, I'm sorry, it's Lil again. Can you share with me too? So you're saying they loop around and then the same car has to go out the same way?
Yeah, it's narrow, so
Yes.
that's
So we're thinking this is kind of a reservation with your car. You get there at 8:15, you're going through from 8:15 to 8:30 and you're out, and then the next car comes in? Is that kind of how it
Yeah.
works?
So along the lines of, there's a shed down at the bottom of the driveway, and if we have somebody man that shed, then they can direct traffic and just, you know, put people into the big parking lot. And then when it's their appointment time, so we're going to do an Eventbrite page that'll have a waiver on it, and it'll have appointments so everybody can sign up for a time. And then, you know, they'll be directed up here, and they can sit in the smaller parking lot until the other car comes out, and then
Okay,
yeah. So
I get it. But do we have any idea of how many people have signed up so far? Like in terms of stations?
station so far. Lions Club was being asked, the Kent Land Trust, Park and Rec,
PTO.
PTO is a possible. Kent School is also a possible. The students can't come, but they could set up a station and the advisor, Megan, would deliver. And then the Chamber Blast is going out Tuesday next week, but it might not be till Thursday.
Ooh.
So I did send them the information today.
And it's on the Kent Facebook page.
Yep, and it's on the Park and Rec Facebook.
Yeah, on Park and Rec Facebook as well.
Great, okay. Do we have a date that they need to sign up by?
We'll sign up till all the slots are taken, so.
Do you mean the clubs or the people?
The clubs.
Oh, the club, yeah, hoping for
I
next,
said the 13th, I think.
Yeah.
Just so we can.
Okay.
that's Tuesday already.
But I don't think that's not in stone. You know, if somebody says, even if a family says they want to do something, by all means, come and set something up, or a business or a Kent business, they want to set up a little thing or something, by all means, go ahead. That's what the Chamber Blast is for.
Okay, all right, so we'll keep it open for a little while. I guess it's just a matter of figuring out, yeah, to your point, timing. So when's the deadline of how many people can sign up?
Mm-hmm. Even if more people sign up, I don't think that would add a lot to the drive time.
True.
Sure.
Yeah.
Planning on doing this on Friday the 30th.
Yep.
From what time to what time?
I think by 6 it should be dark enough, especially if we kind of go along the lines that we did with the previous years and say, you know, at 6 o'clock, it's like for the littler kids, we'll tone it down. And then as the time goes on, we're like, you know, all bets are off and scare the crap out of them. Yeah.
So it's by like 10 o'clock?
Probably 9. Yeah.
9 at the latest.
If we get a lot of people signing up and
Is this a drive-through then?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's drive-through.
Is that going to be all right, David?
It's fine with me. There's a little bit of logistics to the drive-through.
Yep.
Because there's one lane that comes back and forth, so we have to have everyone going in the same direction, and then the loop. People have to be around the loop before you can get the next car to come in around that loop.
Right.
We're thinking pretty much just one car at a time.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're trying to figure out the timing. Can they get in and around in 15 minutes? They should. I think that's enough time. Or do we do it?
Yeah, however you want.
Yeah.
You do 6:15 by 9, so that'll 4 cars an hour. Is that?
Yeah, so that's not going to be very many.
Yeah, no, that isn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's not going to be enough people at all. That's only 12 cars.
Yeah.
Get somebody to coordinate, they're coming out.
Sounds like a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it might be.
So if we could have the right volunteer in the right spot, we could make one car stop if another car needed to get through. You know, you have enough little pull-off areas there.
So what I have over there, where the parking area there, that we clear out, that's a passing lane right there.
Okay.
So that's a bus pass. We use it for buses to pass.
Okay.
So that's a good pull-off. Right, the bottleneck is going to be right by the sign, where one person turns in, one person comes out, because it really is only one. Right by where Moose Lodge is where that bottleneck will be.
Okay.
Cars can't pass there.
Okay.
So we would have to have somebody standing there to make sure, waving one car through and another car to come back.
So we could get like a bloody crossing guard
Sure.
with a stop sign or something.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Then the other challenge is not sending the hill on the way down. The parking area you could pass, but when you get down, there's a curve that you won't be able to see. So when I'm sending cars up, I'm radioing left and right, I'm back and forth.
Yeah.
Send 2 cars up. Hold on, let's send 2 cars down.
Okay.
So we'd have to have like time slots where it could be 15 minutes, but you have 5 cars to 10 cars in every 15-minute time slot.
Okay.
That's just thinking off the top of my head. That's how I would probably end up doing that.
Could you guys hear that? No. So basically,
One go back. One go back. Doing it like that. How long did
If you get, let's say, if you were able to get 10 cars up.
we're just talking about how many cars we could get through and to work on the driveway.
They're all going up, and they'll get their scare, whatever it is that we're doing. They're around. You could probably fit around the loop. You could probably fit the 10 cars could be around the loop at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody goes down together. Then you get the next group to come in together. And group of 10 up.
Okay.
That could work.
Okay. So thinking math, if we only did a car every 15 minutes and in 3 hours, that's not allowing us very many people. So David's suggesting that we still do the 15 or 20-minute increments, but do it in groups of 5 or 10 cars. And then we just have to have some, like I said, bloody crossing guards or cops or whoever to use a stop sign, zombies, doesn't matter, for traffic if we have to get one lane, in the spots where it's only one lane. So that's definitely doable, and I think that's a better idea.
That way you get 40 cars in 3 hours. You get 20 cars up.
Okay.
Is that the numbers that what do you?
That would be, well,
That's ambitious. Okay.
But 80 cars in 2 hours?
and we can, once we see our signups, we can always adjust that, how many cars go in a group. Yeah. Right. Yep.
That's why I was going to
Oh, I guess we can't do that because then they're signing up. That doesn't make sense.
The Eventbrite closed registration the day before, so that, or at least the morning of, which allows you to look at signed up and get ready.
But then they're already signed up. That blows my theory because they're already signed up. So we have 10 slots for 6 o'clock, 10 slots for 6:15. We have to go with the 10 cars that signed up at 6. We can't change the amount at that point.
That's true. Because, and well,
We just have no idea how many people will.
that's fine. Make the different slots and let up to 10 people per 15-minute increment.
Okay.
sign up. And once they're full, they're full. And then, you're gonna get no shows, but
There's so many people that are, just be patient with us if we're dealing.
Yeah,
Everyone understands it's difficult.
we can blame it on the ghouls.
Yeah, exactly.
We can. Yeah.
David, what about access to electricity? Is that something that you could offer us, or?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it depends on where we are,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I have tons of extension cords
Mm-hmm.
that we could do. It just depends on where. Like, if you go into the back, you're not going. If it's a drive-through, you're not going to the back.
No.
Right.
It's literally up the road, around.
Yep,
So the only
exactly.
problem would be is if you go up the road in the front of the gate,
Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out how to get electricity up to the front.
Okay.
I think we have it.
And I know electrician.
Yeah, let's have Chris here.
He'll be here. He doesn't have a choice. He has to help.
If Chris is here, he knows every electrical outlet that I have on the property, more so than I do.
All right. You guys have any questions? Anybody else have questions, thoughts, ideas?
how long is the loop?
It might be a good idea to try to cat out like the plots for people that would take over, so we actually know how many folks we can fit. And I know one of my first questions would be, how much space do I have?
Say that again. From
If there's a way to actually map out along the drive and assign spaces and kind of number them,
Mm-hmm.
will, just to have an idea of how many folks we can actually fit in there and how much space each person could have. I know we could be a little willy-nilly with that, but just to give it
Yeah.
So I have one other question.
Okay.
It's fine. Are we sold on the date of the 30th? Has that already been announced? Or,
That we're planning, but
would the 25th work or no?
The reason I decided to go with the following week is to give us another week to prepare.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, we can do that. I had just had an event that I was trying to sell, but it's
Oh, okay.
But I'll have them tell them Saturday's the only day.
Okay. I mean, we could. Like I said, we're not stuck to it. That gives us. What are we on? 8. Yeah.
Friday?
Well, Saturday. So the 31st of Halloween, I have an event here.
Yeah, and we have trick or treaters, so we don't want to be.
Right. So we could do it the night of the 26th on Saturday. The only problem is we're working for Airbnbs, so I have my weekend staff that are up here for that weekend. And I have a couple of Airbnb guests, and so my staff might get a little rowdy. So I just don't want to be
You
don't wanna mingle.
Guests might be coming in and out, you never know.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was between the 25th and the 30th, and being so close,
Hold on,
whatever that previous Friday is.
Hey, so Sarah, I'm meeting with the Ken Park and Rec right now. Would you be okay if we did it as a one-night event and they go on the 30th? Okay. Okay. All right. So perfect. So let's see the event. So we can do it.
Bear with us.
Sunday night.
David's just confirming that we can use the 30th date.
doesn't have to be a production. No, it could be, you know, that you spend the day and 4 o'clock, come into the end of the week. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to convince the 30th. All right, thanks. All right, bye-bye. Good.
Thank you. Okay, so we're good here for the 30th Friday. We're looking at 6 to probably 9. It depends on what kind of, who signs up, and we'll go from there. Again, did you have any more questions? Anyone?
I would love if there's an opportunity to still walk through for myself. This is Lil.
I would think so. One of the people that can't be here is asking if they could just come up and take a quick walkthrough when they have time. Okay.
Somebody might kick them out if they don't know that they're here.
Okay.
But yeah, just,
He said,
give me a call. You might know.
okay. Talk to Leslie and she can set up a time to bring you over and check it out. Just so the people here don't go like, what are you doing on the property?
So it might help to just kind of maybe pull just an aerial view off Google Maps and start marking up where we're gonna have people start. And
I was gonna try to draw myself a little map, but I like that better.
whatever saves time.
Okay. Okay. Connie Manis is going to get a picture of an aerial map of the area so we can help map things out. It won't exactly have your footage. Sorry, I keep like blasting my face in there. Yeah, so then we can map things out a little bit better. Talking about having wipes for the people, for the workers and volunteers, and just being prepared. And
We have, I have sanitizers all around the property.
Yeah, you know, we make it at the, I guess, at the game house. I don't really.
right. I don't want to eat dirt. Okay. I just want to sit here. It's just so pretty. Can y'all see over there? We still have time. The mountain hasn't even fully changed yet. It's just gorgeous. Okay. Any other questions from TV land?
Not for my part. Thank you guys for allowing us to sit in on this.
You're very welcome anytime.
At least.
Anybody here have any questions? Any thoughts? Things you want to add? I think we have a way to go. You're going to get the map and then can you send that out to us? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, that did you see the one on the so it's on Park and Rec and it's on the community page. Yep. And she sent the email to the chamber to put it in their next newsletter, which hopefully will be on Tuesday. Talking about publicity. Leslie just put that out today and last night, and we've gotten 2 or 3 phone calls for people for stations already. So that's very encouraging. How about any cool ideas for a name rather than just, right now we're at Haunted Drive-Through. Boobat, yeah, it doesn't flow.
Definitely work on that. And, you know, I just want to make sure too, I shared with Leslie, this is Lil again, that the stuff that I'm going to be doing isn't haunted per se, if that can work into the name. It's more like vignettes of things. I mean, there's things where we have dragons and witches, but then there's one that is a Wizard of Oz setting, or a Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin setting.
Okay.
Is that okay? Or do we want to just keep this all scary?
Well, we can take any of that stuff and make it scary.
I suppose.
Like, one of my ideas in the previous years was to make stations with holidays, and just like for St. Patrick's Day, you'd make a drunken leprechaun, or like a bloody Santa, or, you know, the farmer cutting the turkey's head off for Thanksgiving type thing.
You are just looking to scar kids for life.
Well, that's why we haven't done it yet.
Let's think.
Some year I'll do that.
How about volunteers, like in terms of people actually working? And I'm sorry to ask all these questions. This is my first time, you know, volunteering for something like this myself, but do we usually get a good handful of folks volunteering to come out?
No.
Oh.
And again, it's been different. Sorry, we're talking here.
Yeah, makeup is a big, I think I want to this year.
I had someone that called today about makeup, but it's expensive. So,
Yeah.
But she might be willing to come to be a volunteer.
Okay. We were just talking about makeup and making it good, and Connie was just asking some questions. I'm sorry, Lil, what were we saying?
I was just asking about volunteers and staff, like how many people do you can really count on to bring this?
So last year I had some friends help out, board members helped out upstairs. The first year we had PTO involved. Last year we did not have PTO involved, so it was all just board members, and we really could have used more help. Downstairs we were fine. More goblins would have been good, or, you know, just people there to keep the kids kind of calm down, because they got a little bit crazy after they went in a few times and they were, you know, breaking balloons and they weren't being very supervised. So if we did that again, I would say a parent has to go with them every time they go through. But since it's going to be driving, we don't have to worry about that this year.
That's great.
So that's one of the things Leslie had put in the Facebook posts and in the newsletter for the chamber, is asking for volunteers.
Okay. How about setup time? What time can we actually arrive to set things up?
We don't know yet. We're not that far yet. But yeah, we'll definitely need a number of hours for that. Maybe I don't know if we can do anything on Thursday night. Okay.
If you guys want to set up,
Okay.
Could it be weather dependent?
Yeah, exactly. Weather dependent and whatever else. There is a possibility of setting some things up on Thursday night.
Okay. Is there, sorry, one more question. Is there any budget or any consideration just given to some staple items like having hay bales and corn stalks and pumpkins that can just be strewn about to fill as needed?
Usually the funds have been going to not so much that, but more, if it's going to, it's more of a costume or actual props for Halloween that can be used again next year.
Okay.
or the glow sticks we usually have to buy every year for Halloween, and we use some of the glow sticks in the haunted house.
Okay. And Leslie was saying it hasn't been determined whether there's going to be candy given out or anything like that distributed. Is that correct?
Right, we haven't figured that out yet. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. David's offering some Halloween decorations as well,
Yay.
and glow sticks that he thinks he has. So the glow sticks are really great. Like, you just cut out like paper towel holders and you cut eyes out of them, and then you put the glow stick in it and it looks like eyes. There's silly things like that.
Love.
I love this. Is so fun.
Entertainment directors around. We can help out with lighting, uplighting of the trees. I mean, we could do that.
Okay. That's one thing I said to Leslie, is maybe getting more strings of orange lights to just help define the path. But we will have the moon as well. It's a full moon on Saturday night. Pardon me? Oh.
Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you come back?
Like, you're in the bathroom and the person next to you in the stall says, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah, we're doing we're gonna do a haunted house on October 30th.
Some of those.
So we'll have them.
All right.
Kind of old bands
All right.
that were
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm just getting my entertainment director.
Okay, they're here on property.
Sherry's coming right now.
Okay. So David's entertainment director is coming over to talk with us. They usually throw a big Halloween party here, and since they're not doing that this year, his entertainment director is bored.
I still feel like a no on candy, like giving out little goodie bags or something. I'm envisioning when the cars are coming, when they're leaving. That would probably be a good time.
I'm a
But-
yes vote on that, but I know I'm new to this committee. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I'm a total yes on.
I mean, I feel like you make goodie bags and you just quarantine them for a couple of days and have one person handing them out with gloves on at the end.
At the end.
I think the
yeah.
end when they're leaving, right? You don't want any of the candy to leave out the window or any of the wrappers.
Or them to be, yeah, eating while they get scared and then they choke.
No, definitely as they're leaving, for sure.
And we could just have them in a box and you bring them up to the car window.
Yeah, they're gloved and masked.
Every single one being the same, so. The only problem is then they're reaching in. I mean, it might be better
No,
to
it's better, the volunteer would hand them.
hand them to, how many kids do you have in the car?
Just give them.
The pipe, the PVC pipe could work.
In the car.
What's-
What do we do? Do you blow that through?
A Nerf gun. That's not a bad idea. Like, you get a piece of PVC pipe that's like 3 or 4 feet long and stick it in the car window. So you don't want someone die out. You can drive up to something. Yeah, just with a little candy.
Or we just let them open the window and throw them in at them.
Here's a platter.
Boo.
All right, that's gonna have to be something like real simple, real basic, because that could get costly, so.
You know, just get all the 99 cents. It would be nice to know how many people were like, I know it's impossible.
We can put that on the, should we put that on the Eventbrite? How many kids in the car?
Yeah, because then we know.
Approximately how many bags if we go that way?
I'm willing to take on the candy part of it. Yeah. I have a niece with peanut allergies, so I'm well versed on that whole thing. And I can go and buy a whole bunch of candy this week. I think that's premature before we know, like.
No, I have a catalog too that we order through, that we get bulk,
Oh, yeah, okay.
so I can, we
I
can look
love a
at
reason
that.
to go to Costco, but.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's cool.
So
I'll help them like assemble it all.
Kate is volunteering to help with candy so we can give goodie bags at the end when they drive out.
How you doing?
Flip our man.
All right, so guys, this is Bluto.
Hi, Bluto.
All right. That's his real name. So anyway, so on October 30th, we're doing we are doing a drive-through haunted house for the Kent Park. Okay. It's organized by town, so it's not much. You don't need much from us, do you? I don't have any staff meetings.
Much from you. You gave us the whole property.
So what we're gonna do is we have a ton of Halloween stuff. We have to put out like creepy Halloween stuff. Like,
Good.
we could do some uplighting on trees, right? Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What's the route you're thinking of? So they're going to start at the bottom. They're going to do a holding pattern at the lower lot. We're probably going to send 10 cars up at a time, slowly through the loop, and then down and then the next with the 10. So this is it. This is all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could do it at the houses too. Yeah. So, we light them up and make it. We have a lot of stuff, so we could do a lot of the uplighting.
Okay.
Chris, I love Chris, his husband. So he could help with that, figuring out where to get our power from. Right. But we could do all the uplighting and like that.
Okay.
So
we have a smoke machine, right? Right. We have a smoke
Wow.
machine. We put the heavy fog in, so it stays low. Right. Do we have the heavy fog? No, I might have to get some, but just, then it won't float away. It'll just kind of give you this. We'll provide the heavy fog.
Okay. Thank you. I'm getting more excited.
And then, are you gonna have people come up and run it, or?
Yeah, we're basically what we've done is solicit to town groups and clubs and even business owners or whatever that want to come up and make up a station. So Kent School may make a station, but because the kids aren't allowed off campus, they would just deliver it and set it up. I don't know if it would have to be manned or not. And there'll be some manned stations and some unmanned things. I'm guessing, especially from some of the stuff you have. And I've got the 7-foot tall werewolf with the creepy eyes and really, really scary. I can't wait to get him out.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of
Okay.
But be at the front, but yeah, I got I'm smothered.
Okay. So
we would probably want to delineate what areas we're going to use. So
and make available to our
Yeah.
people
yeah.
to keep you all together. Hmm.
Square, for each thing.
We have no clue how many people are going to sign up to run a station. Right, exactly.
Yeah, we can do that on the way back out.
The only thing I say against that is because, we walked in kind of discussing that, and there's just so many different options to actually square off a piece and say, this is where you are. I almost feel like that. And then we fill in with the unmanned stuff around that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And then just where electricity can reach is kind of another.
Right. What you need. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have 4 circuits right here, and then each house needs to get.
Right.
But yeah, I think you want them to be far enough apart because the car, you don't want to see what the joke is.
Exactly.
From the joke before.
Right. Right.
So they would have to be spaced, and then on either side, it's nice and stuff comes by.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have people jumping out in costumes, and
I'm just going to tell volunteers to not go in front of vehicles. Like, don't scare somebody and they step on the gas and run you over. So try to stay away from the driver's side and in front of the car.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, were you thinking of having these people are making their own, attractions, right?
Yeah.
Were
Right.
you thinking of a theme to give them ahead of time?
Nope. Whatever they want to do.
Right, just monsters.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was thinking about doing like kind of evil surgeon kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
White sheet with limbs behind it. Yeah. You're eating out of a skull or
Sure.
Heard of that before.
We shoot blood out of the gut.
Hey, let me tell you, I think we did pretty darn good the last 2 years with our haunted house. Them kids, those adults, the moms were more scared than the kids.
So you've done it in the past in an actual space,
Yeah.
not drive-through, but
Right.
it's just
At the community house in town, the downstairs.
Small.
Yeah, we put up black plastic to make, to make the trail, to make the paths. And it was really quick, but it was good.
Yeah, that's a small enough space that we could. It's gonna, even if you don't have so many people, it's gonna really.
And like you said, even if we didn't get a lot, I mean, I was thinking even 10 stations would be great, but when
It's a lot, right? 5 along there, 1 person under the gate before the arch.
Mhm.
That hilarious, creepy right there. And then
Yeah, we don't even have to decorate it. It's perfect.
Already creepy.
And then the only thing is you want to end it probably because people that are driving this direction are going to be seeing the same thing as that direction. So you would probably have to end it, or actually you put cones and we guide people
Well, if you're
around
saying
the bus passing
if
lane.
you're saying 10 cars
Right.
at a time, we can fit 10 in the loop.
Right.
So once that last car comes through, it's not speed obviously, but it's just an exit.
Right.
Like I think things on both sides as you come in will be cool.
yeah,
Then you go around the loop, and the ending is at your house.
Is that what I'm
Right.
saying?
And then once that last car passes into the loop, they're still going to be going through stuff around the loop. Then the first car just kind of shuffles straight out.
Right. So we hold all the cars until the last car comes through the loop.
And they're getting candy.
And
But I
then
mean, you can fit 10 cars around the loop, not too
and then we
bad.
get them out. We say, guys, go. Next year. And then we send them down. So those cars are there. Once the last car is down, we can provide walkies. Somebody up here will just say, all right, your last car is coming down. It's a Honda Accord.
yeah.
Honda Accord's down.
Next
Send the
group.
next 10 cars up.
Okay. So there's only one set of 10 on the trail at one
At
time.
one time.
Yeah.
Right. And you could go slow, and it's just the first car is going to be held for a little bit up right by my house, right over there.
Okay.
They'll be held until all the cars come through. Then we'll send them down and then let the other cars go through slowly, the other attractions. And call it that.
It is what it is. There's going to be. And
Right.
it's sounding really
The
cool.
whole ride up there, the whole ride from before the arch all the way up here and around,
Mhm.
you're talking a good 10 minutes that they go slow and
Yeah.
maybe 5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. Go slow, you don't want to miss anything. And yeah, I think that'll be great. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because you have the courtyard over here too. You'll be going right
And
past
what
the
we'll do is
courtyard.
we'll lane out the bus passing lane to keep it so people can't push it. So we'll put cones out there to keep one direction going this way, and everyone else has to go around the last way. You have one last funny scare that we have by the bus passing lane.
So they will go on that side, so they're not messing with people coming in.
Right.
Right.
So then you have one last scare on that side that they would have missed the first time.
Right.
The bus passing lane, are you talking about right here where that blue truck is or down past the arch? Okay.
Where all those cars are parked is what we call our bus passing lane. So when we have buses here, that's
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
have the buses pass each other.
Okay. And what are you thinking about doing with that area?
It's a wide area. So what I would do is put cones up so that the cars coming in are focusing on all the attractions on our Mountain View lawn. And as they come around, we hold everybody and then we say, all right, you go, you can go.
Okay.
And where the bottleneck is by Moose Lodge, it's a bottleneck. And then when they're going out towards the right side.
Okay.
And you can put one other last experience there as they're
Yeah.
departing. At
Okay.
the candy station. Everyone leaves.
Okay.
Is there an opportunity to
Other
broadcast
challenges.
music throughout that drive-in?
We will have spooky music playing.
But I just want to make sure it carries over the cars driving and stuff. Like, is there a sound system?
Do you have a sound system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put on scary music. That's fine.
We'll put on scary music and we have some sound makers and
And some people might want. I mean, if I was doing a station, I'd bring my own sound,
Right.
screens or whatever.
yeah, exactly. We have
That we're gonna have is the exiting entrance.
Right.
Because as you saw, it's one gate.
mhm.
Right.
And that's intentional. So it's one gate in and out. So we're gonna have to guide cars leaving and cars coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna have to have
So-
a stop. You have to have a guard basically up front to stop the cars that have them line up to the side so cars can leave.
Mhm.
Right, but as they exit, I mean, no one's parking, right? They're just holding.
Can they get?
right? So as they leave, if they go down the hill, they go around the parking lot.
No, they're holding in the parking lot.
So we have 10 cars come into the big parking lot and hang out, and maybe do the loop and come out and get lined up and ready. Right, and then these guys are leaving, and
Right, but anyone that's coming in, you might just have to push them to the side or
Yeah.
whatever.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
That's
the problem.
going to be a challenge. It's going to be a big challenge. Is guiding that traffic in and out.
okay.
So
But I think we could even, if we have just two flag kind of system, we can just do it that way.
Yeah.
You have 4 cars lined up, just stop these guys, let everyone go out, and then like they do on the road.
The quarter-hour appointment time, you can always extend the 20-minute appointment time. So either way, that's going to help because basically, if they show up at their appointment time, and
Mhm.
it's actually 15 minutes before they get to go through, then you can get everyone into the parking lot, stage them.
Yep.
Then send them. So maybe it works if you're staggering. If you know that you have the entire next group in the parking lot.
Or just every 10 cars. Don't even worry about, unless you really want to stick to check off who showed up.
I guess it would just be bad if everyone showed up at once.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
think give them specific time, but we don't have to waste time checking their name and
Yeah,
everything.
just have
Like,
they come
one
in
guy
and show
comes
up.
early, it's not going to really kill us.
Someone else is going to come late, so.
I see.
Right.
Okay.
It's just an extra step of, what's your name?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no, now what do? Make them go back?
Right. You pay extra.
Just help them spread out, but just take them as they come.
Yeah, but give 10 cars at a time, 20 minutes.
Mhm.
If you can, this way people know, but it doesn't matter if you're one behind.
Yeah.
It's gonna move. And if we make it kind of cool down there, that'll be good too. So that we have the music, we have maybe different scary music, but as they come in down in the lot,
Hmm.
So it's not going to be Pluto with the cat.
yeah, well,
They got to learn what a keg is. You got to learn how to drink it right.
Different kind of scary.
And then the people that are doing stations after they drop their stuff off, they would go back and park down in that lower parking lot.
Yes. I would have them park in the lower.
Yeah.
And I don't want to encourage carpooling as much as possible, but it depends on how much space you need in that lot to line people up into stage.
Mhm.
So,
yeah, we'll just park them as far deep as we can. Just there.
maintenance area.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have to shuttle them up. I just don't know how many staff we're going to have here.
We're not allowed to walk up, David.
I mean, everyone's allowed to
Allowed to,
walk up.
yeah.
But try customer service.
Yes. So that's
Throw them in the back of
we're
the
used to
truck.
that.
Yeah, but if they bring a car of people, there's only one person goes down.
Right.
One person
Yeah.
goes
True.
down. And we don't have to have an official club getaway car shuttling. If you have an extra person on your staff that has
Exactly.
a car, then you just drive back and forth.
Right. Yeah. And we're open that Thursday, so you want to load in all day Friday or Thursday
Okay.
night, you can do that. That's
Awesome.
So the only thing we don't have is a weather contingency. So it's going to be,
Everybody just pray and say, thank you for good weather on the 30th, the night of the 30th. Be very specific.
So the one thing though, just I don't know, depending on if I have this last event, like these tents may be down at that point. So
That's-
it just
that's fine. And then David, the town will be able to provide you a insurance.
yeah, the COI.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'll text you with the
Yeah, with the
Corporate
information where it
details.
should go.
Okay.
Yeah, who it should be made out to, whatever.
Yep.
So, yeah. Can you take that by email?
yeah, that's fine.
Good. Okay.
And it's I can tell you right now, it's Club Getaway Operating Co. Operating Co is one word. LLC.
Operating CO Co.
Club Getaway Operating Co.
Yep.
Right. LLC.
Okay. Yeah, so just let me know who to email that to.
You can email it to me.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And I mean, how many guests would you be estimating? You don't know. I mean, how many came through the haunted house?
50 to 75 people.
Totally different.
Yeah, that was more geared towards kids.
And plus, it's a whole thing. You got to park and go into it. Like, some people might want to just do that. You might get a lot more people.
Right.
It's just 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And everybody just, I think so, because everybody's just looking for something to do. Right. Yep.
We're just gonna advertise on Facebook and then the newsletters, like maybe the selectmen's newsletter.
Yeah, I have to find out if we can advertise through the school. I guess there's some new policies about what they advertise, so I've got to get a handle on that.
Hopefully we'll get enough Kent people. Like, we don't necessarily want to advertise to the other towns or the Northwest corner, because we want Kent people to have like first dibs. And
I wonder if the next school kids will come through and play with us. Should we ask to invite them?
You know, I'm not getting involved in their, you know, they've reached out and said they have a group of kids who could put a station together on campus, and then the faculty member would bring it over. So, right. So, I'm not,
they may, but that's yeah,
up to them. We won't.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything from anybody else? All good? Anybody on the meeting have anything more to say, Lil?
Just one more thing, sorry, about lights. If there's, I don't know if there's solar lights, or I think I heard someone saying electricians coming. Just give consideration to the car lights. That I would think each of these spaces kind of need their own spotlight for them to be seen and not get washed out completely.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
Yep. David's gonna, and I'm sorry, Pluto. Pluto are gonna help with uplighting so we can light up the trees. If it's late enough, maybe we ask people to turn off their headlights and just keep their parking lights on or something.
Yeah,
With the full moon and
especially
the
because the turn and everything, you're going to be like, when people are angled, they're
Yeah.
going to be right into stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing that Leslie and I talked about before, is getting more lights just to even to line the path.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
We have black light, hanging lights and everything. And these guys are going to help us with lights. So, yeah.
And we could come in early that day, that's confirmed, or the night before?
Yep. Yep. Okay. Anyone else? No good? All right. Anybody else here or anything to say?
Oh, we didn't come up with a name yet.
Okay. Oh, that's who you're smiling at.
Sorry.
Sure.
So people know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, haunted drive-through describes it, but it's just so boring. Yeah, something like that. Something at the club.
Instead of club getaway, something away, getaway or.
All right, that's the next task, is coming up with a good catchy name.
3 possible names.
Go home and look up synonyms for something.
Just steal it.
Yeah, try food.
Drive boo instead of a drive.
Oh, yeah,
That's
drive
kind of
through.
cute. The drive boo.
You called yours the boo bash.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
keeps that in there.
Nice.
Drive boo. Drive boo.
the boo through, like a brew through.
And do we want to incorporate, sorry, I'm going to say it's anything like COVID related too. So, you know, some people do play on pandemic and that kind of thing.
There's certainly enough movies that we could probably pull from. Contagion.
We could have President Trump beating a coronavirus.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Cancer or camp. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many horror situations sit around camps.
Camp Friday the 30th.
Nice.
I was just thinking of something with like up there, since we actually have, you know, scary movies done here. But this is cool because our scenes at the haunted house are small, and here you can really make them very big and life size. Like, oh, I think Lil was talking about a Wizard of Oz scene, and we do a little Wizard of Oz scene where I just made up a cardboard house and painted it, and I got a big sock and stuffed it with newspaper with the slippers on, and it's stuck underneath the cardboard house, and then we have flying monkeys all hung from the ceiling and things like that. So the kids have already seen it twice, but it doesn't mean that it can't be made into a bigger version. That's one of the things Lil said that she had.
She has. Yep.
Yeah, or if you want to do Wizard of Oz, I mean, just put a guy up on a scarecrow.
And have them get off.
Well, no, just,
Yeah.
I mean, if he could, you know, but he's or even just, you know,
Yeah.
he could dive off of it. That might be seen from the parking lot, so, you know, but almost
ripping the straw out of it.
Yes, because straw men have blood. Yes, definitely.
I think of some of our scenes. So wrong.
I want to come over and help next year with that. I love it.
But sometimes the scarecrow, like the funny part about those bits is it's so obvious to people, so you just leave it as an extra number. And then somebody comes from the other side, you know, and they react, you know? Because you're like, everyone's like, okay, that scarecrow's in the movie.
Yeah.
I know
Good
it's
point.
And then over here comes, you know, the lion with the head in his mouth. I mean, we get to think about that.
What did we do one year? We did was it Dead Mickey?
Yeah, we did it.
It was just brutal. I mean, like the Little Mermaid getting eaten by a shark.
I was barbecuing. We were doing it. And I got real rotisserie chicken with hats on.
I love that.
We had Mary Poppins like caught in the
She was getting like
We can do. Oh my God, that's a great one. Exactly what I mean. It can be just somewhere like life size. Oh God, my cheeks hurt. Okay, I'm really excited. Anything else? We're good for now? Okay.
Are we setting another
Like
meeting
Googling all the
date or?
Connecticut haunted houses.
Well, if you need me for anything, you know my
Okay.
number.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Ludo.
Thank you.
I see you on the 30th or before.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Any
the
questions,
29th.
call me.
Yep.
Okay. So meeting, what are we on? We're on Friday.
Shoot,
Monday's a holiday.
Monday's a holiday.
So it has to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we have to do Wednesday to have enough warning time.
Then, so the next steps are getting the logistics and the name and the Eventbrite finalized. Does that sound
Yeah.
Flyer.
flyer? I started some artwork for it, but not really my skill set. Someone's better at that stuff, but I don't mind taking a stab at that stuff either.
Why don't we,
Yeah, smart.
And get ideas. Oh, yeah. All right, so Leslie will warn a meeting for Wednesday. What's for the date? 9, 10, 11, 12, the 13th? No, today's 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
14. What time do we want to meet? At a 7 o'clock meeting?
Okay, good. So 7 o'clock on Wednesday, the 14th will be the next meeting. Yep.
Yeah, we have to make all these fast snap decisions and yeah. Hopefully by then we'll know some more people who might be participating.
Yeah, it sounds like whomever we've got and then with what we have and what David has, it's gonna come out pretty good. All right.
Is there anything else on there, Pablo? Probably just Joyce.
Yep, just Joyce.
Thanks for letting us play, Lynn.
Thank you. We'll talk to everyone soon. We're going to adjourn this meeting at 4:06 p.m. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Supposed to be a nice weekend.
Part of it.
Yes.